All right, everybody, I'm going to take a page out of the last presentation. So if you guys want to take a stand up and we can do the anti-uncle stretch that you see at Hong Kong Park. I know that I'm the last presenter between you and an ice cold beer, so I'll try to make this fast. I'll ask the second question, which is another warm-up, more mental exercise. So how many of you guys and girls love using your crypto wallet, your web3 wallet? Let's see a show of hands. All right, okay, I got one, maybe two. Wow, all right. So as you can see, not a lot, right? I think it's actually more of the destination that the wallet unlocks. It's the utility that the wallet unlocks. It's not actually somebody waking up and saying, man, I can't wait to use my web3 wallet. And in this talk, I'm going to be talking about how can we start getting more utility and enjoyment out of Web3 by bridging this usability gap that we see between Web2 and Web3. A quick intro about me. I'm actually coming from Meta, so I was there for 4 years. I worked on everything from VR to now the, unfortunately, soon-to-be defunct NFT project that they launched. And so I have a lot of experience in Web2 and a lot of experience on how to make a great consumer experience. And so that's what really got me excited about Trust Wallet, because I saw a lot of the potential there and how I could take those learnings and apply them. So what is Trust Wallet? We started off with our founder's vision of having a very easy to use mobile wallet so he could monitor all his ERC20 tokens in his pocket. And as we started to add more networks and add more features, we've really evolved that mission statement and vision to say, we want to be the one decentralized super app. So even if we get shut down, people can still access everything they have on chain and have all the great utilities that we've built out. And so, since then, we've actually grown quite a bit. We're the largest mobile wallet on the market right now across iOS and Android. We have over 60 million total downloads, 10 million monthly active users. And we also really excited that we're going to be launching Sui as soon as you guys get off of launch mainnet. And so, that's what we're going to be really diving into today, as well as showcasing what we have coming up here. So over 70 total chains supported. And as you can see, we're blowing past MetaMask as well as Coinbase. And we're not just about mobile, we're also going to be focusing more on our browser extension. So we know that developers love their browser extension. Everyone in this room, I'm sure, has many, many of those installed on their browser. And so we've developed developer tools, so you just need one browser extension and don't need 15 or 20 different ones here. We also have really exciting features coming up to help close that gap between the other wallets that have launched before. So multi-chain support, NFT, staking, on-ramp, and off-ramp. And so the theme on my talk is really minding the gap. I grew up coming out here every summer, and I don't think that woman's voice has changed in the last 20 years. And if you took the MTR to get here, you'll hear it over and over again, mind the gap, mind the gap. And as I was exploring Hong Kong and just reconnecting with my roots here, I was thinking about the craziness that is the MRT system and how this is so similar to the current Web2 to Web3 journey. You want to get here, you have to go transfer somewhere else. Oh, and by the way, you're probably going to get lost on many different ways because you're going to head the wrong direction. And so this is the ecosystem right now with Web3. And I think to a lot of crypto natives, this is super easy to understand. Oh yeah, I've done this for a while. These are crypto OGs. But think about people like my wife, who's a dentist. I try to explain this to her, and her eyes just glaze over very instantly. And so, what we want to do at Trust Wallet is we want to become the main hubs. Like there's always like a few of these hubs on the MTR stops where like this is where all the action's at. And this is so easy for me to jump on from one thing to another. So it's not just use cases. This is also chains, networks, etc. Right? And so we want to support Sui as much as possible, as well as the other thriving ecosystem. So someone can collect an NFT on one chain and then switch over to the other and not even have to really think about it, right? That's the grand vision. The wallet should be empowering these journeys. The wallet should be invisible and easy to use. So a couple of the Web2 to Web3 gaps that I think are really holding us back right now. So key management. So think about how weird this is. Like this is cutting edge. and you have to go get a piece of paper and write your seed phrase down, or literally get a metal plate and etch these words into a piece of metal, that just doesn't seem futuristic or cutting edge technology to me. Like I mentioned with multi-chain, we are living in a multi-chain world, and it is very confusing to navigate between all these different destinations and hubs, like I mentioned. Security, of course, is top of mind for everybody. Everyone's hearing the latest FUD hacks, phishing scams, etc. And it's really hard to understand what's new and what's authentic. In a previous talk, we heard, hey, this is the Wild West. That's not a very comforting feeling for somebody to onboard to a new technology. And finally, these utilities. So, it's not just about the friction that I'm talking about, but we actually need to unlock a lot of new value to users so they understand, why should I be using this? So on stage just a minute ago, we heard about NFT ticketing. I think that's an interesting use case that we have just started to scratch the surface on. So it's really just not only enabling these, but also making it easy for users to discover. So they don't have to go figure out what's legit, what's upcoming. We can actually come and provide some of the best options for our users. And finally, these new primitives. These new primitives, like gas fees or signing a transaction, are extremely confusing to our users. You can see this in their anger and their frustration that they are when they're reporting these on customer support tickets. And this is something that I think we want to obscure away with developing smart contract wallets, with enabling the easy to discover utilities, having our NFT ability to report scammy NFTs for security. We also have a address scanner, a smart contract scanner that will alert our users. And then we're also investing in swaps and bridgings so that users can go from hub to hub. So just a quick demo here. We are launching our MPC social login for our browser extension very soon. And so as you can see, as a user, you can use Google, Discord, even Telegram to log in. And users will never have to see a seed phrase or manage it at all. And so we want to make creating a wallet, managing seed phrases as easy as ordering an Uber. And also make it extremely secure. So you can see that we even have mobile OTP options for users. So it does feel more seamless and more like a social SSO that users are used to. So I think this will be a big step in improving our conversion rate, making this feel more familiar and safe. So this is an example of like what our browser extension looks like, which I'll go over a little bit more if we can get this going. All right, so I talked a little bit about utilities. So we want to launch Sui in-app staking. And again, this is kind of like ordering milk on Instacart or any other grocery app that you have around here. It's Food Panda in Hong Kong. So staking is in-app. It's very easy to understand. You'll be able to see all the validators, a couple taps, and you'll get started. Same with NFT support. When I was working with a couple teams, my old teammates, they often said, hey, our NFT indexer is one of the fastest in the industry. It's the most reliable. How do you guys do this? We're very proud of that. Like we're going to be supporting Sui out of the box with our NFT indexer. So we'll collect all that data. We'll be able to show all the new ones that are being minted. And finally, like I talked a lot about that on-ramp hub. So one of the first steps for a brand new user is getting their fiat into crypto. So we're working very closely with fiat on-ramp providers like MoonPay, Ramp, Binance Connect, and we'll make it easy for users to be able to buy Sui token. One thing we will also want to double down on is just making it super easy for the user to find high quality dApps, and also partner with you guys, the developers, to make it easy to unlock the potential with our 10 million plus users. So we have a Discover tab, which we are recommending new projects. We also have a in-app browser that's very, very popular on iOS and Android, and which is, you can see some examples of how we promoted PancakeSwap, Uniswap, and we're going to be looking for that next version on Sui as well. So in closing, I really want us to be able to close the gaps together. So the call to action here is really making sure that you guys can add Trust Wallet as an option to connect to your dApp. We also want to be in discussions to figure out how we can feature the Suite ecosystem, feature the top Suite dApps across our ecosystem and on those surfaces that I just mentioned. And for developers, how many of you guys have this many extensions, like I mentioned? Our goal here is to replace all those with one Trust Wallet extension. So you have all the faucets, all the different advanced gas controls, etc. And then we're opening up our NFT indexer and our transaction indexer that I mentioned earlier to the public. And so if you're interested, let's say you're building an NFT marketplace, please reach out to us because we'd love to help power that and get a lot of that functionality that I just mentioned to your end user. So please reach out. Telegram here, we have Kelly, who is also our BD lead, and give Trust Wallet a shot. We'd love any feedback. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good happy hour.